from Chicago and the Philippines. A comprehensive review of the week's special community events, featuring many exciting personalities, handled by the most professional Chicago Philippine Reports TV staff.
Good afternoon and welcome to Chicago Philippine Reports TV, still the #1 in all the Filipino shows in the Midwest. And I'm Joe Mauricio. Today we have all the top stories from Chicago and the Philippines. We also have our segment host, Veronica, interesting interviews with Melody Rabor Dizon, our Health Matters host, and Joe Mauricio, myself. And I would like to introduce to you Janet Jordy, our new host from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, introducing her Global Inspirations interviews. We also have happening within our own Filipino community here in Chicago. All these are coming up and more from our sponsors. Please stay with us.
As the Philippines prepares to procure COVID-19 vaccines, lawmakers have discussed the estimated cost of inoculating at least 60% of Filipinos. In data released by Senate Committee Chair on Finance Sonny Angara, not all vaccines are priced at the same range. Some are more expensive, while others cheap. In the 82.5 billion peso fund under the 2021 budget, more than 225 million Filipinos will most likely be inoculated if the vaccine used is Novavax. This is the cheapest vaccine with an estimated price of 366 pesos. Moderna is the most expensive with a projected price of 3,900 to 4,500 pesos. This is followed by Sinovac and Pfizer. The country's Food and Drug Administration, however, says a lot of manufacturers vowed to prioritize distribution of the vaccines to different parts of the world over profit.
Knowing na malaki din naman yung investment nila sa research and development ng mga bagong vaccine na ito, mukhang very reasonable naman yung mga magiging pricing nila.
For experts, while many countries already have a foundation on vaccine distribution, it is still important to understand that distributing the COVID-19 vaccine will not be easy.
The complexity that we're talking about for COVID-19 vaccines is significantly greater on multiple dimensions. So one is the sheer scale, the billions of doses required. Another is the target population. Most of our global immunization infrastructure is targeted to reach children. That's very different from trying to reach adults, trying to reach elderly populations.
The Philippine Health Department has already laid out its plans on distribution once the vaccines reach the country. A person to be vaccinated will have to undergo various stages before actually receiving it.
We do not ask them to leave immediately. We monitor them and stay after the vaccination.
But while the vaccines have yet to arrive, experts continue to appeal to the public to exercise caution, especially after the DOH recognized that they are now beginning to see another surge of infections. The Philippines currently has over 24,000 active cases. Over 1,100 cases were logged Wednesday, bringing the country's total tally past 452,000. Of this number, 419,000 patients have already recovered, while 8,833 others have already died.
Aminodin Hayunos has been a seller of various goods in his small shop in Quezon City in Metro Manila. Business has been good for the past 10 years, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the strong sales turned into a trickle even as the country celebrates the Christmas holidays.
Ngayong barating na Pasko, sa panahon ngayon, matumal. Wala. Nakakaminsan malakas, minsan mahina.
Hindi pare-pare.
Hindi pare-parehas. Hindi katulad dati, malakas ka nung walang pandemic.
That's why he's resorted to selling face masks, face shields, and other health and personal care items to help offset the lost revenues. Hayunos may have to endure for a while longer as the Philippine retail sector is not seen staging a strong recovery in 2021 as the health crisis continues to cloud economic prospects. Rosemary Ong, president of the Philippine Retailers Association, says the outlook for the local sector may still be soft next year.
We have to be realistic. There are some sectors that are really very bullish, very optimistic about 2021. But on a, generally, it will remain soft for as long as, as I've mentioned, the virus is there.
Patrick Kua, retail intelligence leader at Nielsen IQ, also believes the sector will see softness in the first half of 2021, but may accelerate in the latter part of the year.
We expect 2021 to be a bounce back year. But we need to recognize that the first half was a much higher base. And as we gradually open the economy, consumer spending will return.
But things may drastically improve, says Ong, once the country can secure a supply of vaccine against COVID-19.
So the confidence building will take time, until, of course, when everyone expect that, a large number of the population will be vaccinated.
In the meantime, both Ong and Kua still believe enterprising Filipinos can still find business opportunities in 2021. For Kua, he says food as well as health and safety products will remain hot commodities in 2021, but it's crucial for businesses to make their products available online and offline.
Most people spend time at home. At Nielsen, we call this the home body reset. So retailers that offered essentials related to food, health, and safety enjoyed sustained growth.
Ong also says community stores or sari-sari stores may see brisk sales moving forward as they provide a steady stream of products for consumers amidst mobility restrictions due to the pandemic.
Cashier Marilu Kaluwag is worried about the impending additional deduction in her minimum wage starting January 2021. The Social Security system has announced it will push through with a contribution hike despite the negative impact of the pandemic on businesses and jobs.
Mahirap, lalo na ngayon na meron po akong isang anak, 3 years old, nagagatas po, nagda-diaper. Tapos yung sinasahod ko po kapos na ngayon, paano pa po kaya kung kakaltasan pa?
The owner of the supermarket where Marilu works says the additional contribution will also hit employers as counterpart contribution for the workers will also increase. Various business and employers group had earlier appealed to SSS to defer the contribution hike due to the pandemic.
Fortunately, palagay ko mapipilitan na yung mga kumpanyang magbawas ng tao, mga contractuals. So it will not augur well for those who are not regulars, probably sa work, diba?
But SSS says the contribution hike has basis in law and it will benefit workers in the long run. The increase will range from 30 pesos to 850 pesos depending on the monthly salary of members. The higher the wage, the bigger the hike and contribution.
We understand that this will cause some difficulty or pain, but rest assured na binabalansi po namin ang interest ng lahat. For the long term, this is for the good of the fund, which is owned by the members themselves.
A labor group says this will aggravate the problems of workers already reeling from the pandemic.
Dapat po ang atupagin ng SSS ay ang pagpapataas ng kanilang collection rate efficiency. Hindi po solusyon tingin namin ang contribution rate hike para dito. Kasi meron po silang lalagpas halos 36 million members pero wala pa sa kalahati ang nasisingil nila dito.
SSS has also no plans of giving the promised 1,000 peso increase in pension for now.
Without any additional funding, this would significantly reduce the SSS fund life. To grant such additional benefit allowances, the actuarial soundness of the SSS fund must be guaranteed. This needs thorough studies, especially now that we are faced with this pandemic.
Instead, SSS has launched a new savings program for members earning more than 20,000 pesos a month. The automatic program beginning January 2021 is envisioned to augment the pension of future retirees. Alvin El Chico.
Via Times, vital news, vibrant views for the Filipino Asian communities in Chicago. Via Times for your most interesting and exciting reading and your party coverages. Via Times has very interesting columnists. You name it, Via Times has it. Law, Filipino news, dentistry, immigration, humor, serious opinions, health, beauty, mysticism, Bata Corner, showbiz, and intelligently written editorials. Call Via Times at 773-866-0811.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a very popular personality in our community, not only in the Filipino-American community, but also in the whole Chicagoland and the whole state of Illinois. And her name is none other than Maria Papas. Honorable Maria Papas, County Treasurer, and you know her. You know, many in our community really know her. Know this very popular lady. She was a Hall of Famer of the Chicago Filipino Asian American Hall of Fame, a friend of the Filipino. Maria. Hey, you're really very energetic as usual. Welcome to our show. Today, we invited you to talk about what we call scavenger sale about the properties, delinquent properties in our.
Okay, so I'll get started. I'm going to share a screen with you. So there's several, we collect about 99% of everything. But anything that we don't collect on, after up to 20 years, it goes on a scavenger list, and that's every 2 years. So you see, there's all kinds of ways, but of all of the 145,000 properties, only about 5% of these get sold. And some of these properties have been sitting 7,200 of them for 20 years. Nobody wants them. So if you were to look at these, about 21,000 are in black wards in Chicago, 84%. There's about 27,000 pieces in Chicago and about 25,000 in the suburbs. Okay. And so when we go to the Chicago wards, 12 of the top 13 wards with the most properties lost 31,000 people. 31,000 people in the top 12 wards in Chicago left Chicago. Why? And we're going to look at why. So let's go here and let me show you. These are the properties. And these are mostly vacant lots. 21,000 are residential, and these are commercial. So the 145,000, they keep repeating themselves every year, but there's only 51,000 actual pieces of property that have been up for sale for more than 3 years. But what we're seeing is nobody wants them. Why wouldn't people want them? Here's where they are. It's the commercial, the residential, and the vacant. And this is what area of Chicago they're in. Okay, now watch. These are all the suburbs. Green is African American and purple is Hispanic. At least 40%. Okay, so now watch. How many years have these properties sat unpaid? Look here. There's for 11 years, 156 commercial, 882 residential, and 1,200 vacant lots. So I'm going to send you this whole thing, Veronica. Did you get this yet?
Yeah.
You have this, right? We sent you this.
Yes.
Okay, so now look here. These are unpaid taxes. Now this doesn't mean anything, but this is what's important. This is the 18 wards in the city. This is the population that's African American. And this is how many properties are for sale. This is Hispanic neighborhoods, and these are the wards. These are the aldermen. This is the Hispanic population, and these are how many properties are for sale. Now, watch this. These are the wards in the city. These are the properties, and this is how many people moved out. So why would people move out if there's vacant land and now they're leaving? So here's the key to the study, and this is what's happening in the suburbs. In the top 13 wards in the city where these properties are, 20,000, look at the violent crimes. Half of the violent crimes is in this top area. Half of the violent murders, rapes, robberies, and aggravated assaults are in these 13 wards. Amazing, huh?
Yes, yes. I'm telling you.
Scary, frightening.
Yeah, really
Look at this.
scary. There are so many words that are really scary. I didn't know that.
Yes, look at this. Violent crime figures in these wards by year. A year, 11,000 violent crimes in these African American, 13,000, 13,000, 12,000, 11,000, just in these wards. Now watch this. This is really important. This is a Chicago police study.
It's not getting any better. It's getting worse.
Well, look at this. This is 2019.
Yeah.
4 kids under 12 were killed. 84 kids between 13 and 19 were killed. 277 kids between 20 and 34. This is already, look at 2020.
Getting worse.
Okay, so look here now.
City, suburbs. What
So-
suburbs are these? Oh,
The suburbs, I'll show you the suburbs. Here, these are the suburbs that have the most problems. And
the south suburbs.
yeah,
Yeah. Lansing. Wow. 16 suburbs.
yeah, here, look.
Wow.
There's only 2 suburbs, Linwood and Madison, where the number of properties went up. Everything else in the African American, they lost population.
Oh, yeah, it increased.
Yeah, here's black suburbs. Look at the population decrease in the black suburbs.
Because they're dying, I mean, because of crimes.
Yeah, they're violent. It's too violent. People are leaving the suburbs. What this shows is people are leaving the city and the suburbs.
I'm surprised to see Park Forest. I know Park Forest.
Well,
and
a lot of drug deals, I think.
Yeah. Because of crime, drugs, and gun shooting.
Yeah. That's the end. That's it.
Wow, Maria.
It's a very powerful study because it's going to start to happen in the white neighborhoods.
Well, it's going to start to happen in the white neighborhoods.
It's already happening.
It's already happening.
Yeah, people are not going to put up with sitting around and thinking that they're going to get shot. They're going to leave.
Oh my God. Bleak future.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Well, in the scavenger sale.
Yeah.
The scavenger sale. Who are the scavengers? Who buy these delinquent properties?
Anybody can bid. But what we're finding out is that anybody can bid, but the buyers are really people who are represented by somebody on Wall Street. This tax buying is a big business. It's a huge business.
Is this a case like sometimes I'm wondering, I've heard this building is being for sale for $1. Is there such a thing?
No, the city has 20,000 pieces of property for sale for $1.
For $1. And this is really in these neighborhoods.
But nobody wants the property.
Nobody wants.
You can't give it away.
Not too many scavengers buying it.
No.
So, Maria, this is a sad picture. And
you know what? Somebody has to tell the story. Because if somebody doesn't tell the story, and I don't tell the story, nobody's going to do anything about it.
Correct.
You have to say crime is a problem. What are we doing about it?
Yeah.
What are we doing to keep people in this city? Why are we closing all the restaurants? Do you know what I mean? What's the difference between being inside and outside? I mean, people are upset.
Why? Why? It's because of politics, don't you think?
You know, I'm not a genius. I'm surprised at what's going on.
Yeah.
You know how many business people I know? You don't want to know how many people I know who own restaurants. You start calling me at 5 in the morning. Do you want to know how many restaurant owners I know? You don't want to know.
Yeah. No. And I'm really feeling so sad for them.
Yeah, the bus boys and the waiters and the cooks, they're all out of business. It's terrible what's going on. The hotels, all the hotels are closed. The Westin's not going to open until July. The Ritz isn't going to open until maybe March. Really? Where are all these people working? How are they going to feed their families? It's not good. Running. You and I have been around a long time. Not good. Not good.
If people are not working, if people cannot do their business, how can they pay for the taxes?
They can't. But it's interesting. With all of this COVID stuff, the first thing people do is pay their taxes. I have more people paying on time than I ever have before. Now, in March, you don't have to pay in March. You can pay in May. You get 2 months extra now. So you got to let everybody know that in March, they don't have to pay until May. And that really helps. That 2 months really helps. And right now, if you go to cookcountytreasurer.com, you can see your March bill on the internet. So you know what the bill is going to be in March. It's on the internet right now.
Do you think 2 months is enough time for these people to pay their bills?
You know, no, nothing is enough time. But they get 2 months on the March bill, and then the August bill, they get 2 months in October. So that's the best they can do, because the money that comes in from that is needed to run the school districts. They need to run the school districts and the police and the fire and all of that stuff. So, yeah.
So, okay, you've really given enough time. I know you have postponed a tax payment a few times, and but still, there's a big problem out there to pay the taxes for many people who are out of job, unemployed, and what else? They just leave their properties behind.
Yeah, they just leave them. A lot of people have just left them, abandoned them, and left town. They're gone. Don't care.
Yeah. Well, it's really a very, very sad picture.
You need to get this information out in the Filipino community.
Yes.
You need to let people know that they can go to cookcountytreasurer.com, that there's $79 million worth of double payments that they can check. We went through that with you before. that there is exemptions, $38 million. You have to make sure that they got their homeowners, their senior freeze. Have you seen those slides that I'm talking about, the website?
Yeah.
Did you see my website?
Yeah, I did. I visited it once. Yeah.
But you need to tell people that they need to go there, because if they're a homeowner, they can reduce their taxes. If they're a senior, they can reduce their taxes. If they make under $65,000, they can reduce their taxes.
Well, yeah, I know there's a few number of support that that people nowadays can really avail themselves of, just like even with the stimulus money that's coming in, for some people that would help them a little bit.
Yes,
but,
it's not enough. You can't run a restaurant. You can't run a restaurant on stimulus money. There's too many people working there. I mean,
Yeah.
what are you going to do? Carry out food? Restaurants make all their money on liquor. They don't make their money on food.
Right.
I'm very worried, Veronica.
I know. Well, same here. And well, at this point, there's nothing we can do about it, right?
No, but we can support local media. Manuel's going to call you after this interview and make sure that you get a Christmas ad. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
all right.
Thank you so much for appearing on our show. One last word from you before we sign off. Please talk to our audience.
Okay, my last word is God help us, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I can't wait to come to your event the next time.
Well, Merry Christmas to you. And how do you say Merry Christmas in Greek?
Kala Christouyana. Kala Christouyana.
That's hard.
Sorry. I love you and I miss all of you.
Okay, hugs and kisses. I have not seen you for a long time, but Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and your family.
I love you, Veronica. I really miss you.
Our show, and we will do this again for your special announcement.
Okay, perfect.
Taxes developments out there. Bye.
Bye.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Back to Yours portion of the show. And I'm John Mauricio. This afternoon, this Christmas holidays, I have one very important person as my guest, and no other than Edith Argente. Edith Argente is a very popular, dynamic community leader, a Hall of Famer, and also mover and shaker, and a retired engineer from Navistar.
That's true.
So, are you spending your retirement, Edith?
Well, Joe, retirement has been great. We have been traveling a lot, but this year we are really grounded. We only went to the Philippines in January, and in February and March we went to the Amazon River and the Amazon rainforest. After that, you know, the cruise line told us you are probably the last people on any cruise ship anywhere because everything is being grounded. So, you know, we have been at home for the last 9 months or so. We are loving it because our grandchildren are nearby and they come to our place, you know, almost every day, and we love it.
You know,
so we are trying to be very careful.
Yeah, you know, but the pre-COVID-19 era, you were traveling all over the world. What country in the world you haven't visited yet? Do you know?
You know, I've always wanted to go to Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, and all that. But I understand the only way I could go there is to sign up for with the military. Unfortunately, I'm 75 years old, and what use are they going to have of a 75-year-old woman? So I won't be able to visit those countries.
What do you mean you're
But
only
yeah, I wish I could visit.
you have a lot left, for the Argentas and Nestor keeping you company, make you younger, make you a lot like. Have you been back to Iloilo?
Oh, definitely. He's been taking good care of me as I do of him. So, we take care of each other, and I still like him after all these years. And so we travel together all the time.
Is that a disclaimer? I still like him.
He's a very easy person to like and love.
Yes.
I'm more of a challenge to him, but he definitely is somebody I treasure very much.
Do you play golf with Nestor?
Yes. We actually last January we played golf in the Philippines, and which we do every year. I'm a very bad golfer, but I love being out in the golf course.
Now everybody's stuck, in your home and things like that.
Yes.
What else do you do besides babysitting?
What do I do besides babysitting?
Babysitting, yeah.
The problem is I eat, and then I rest a little bit, and I eat again, and then I rest and I eat again. So that's my problem. I'm gaining a little weight. But otherwise, we keep in touch with friends and relatives. We actually, in our organization, like Samahan sa Barrio, we have monthly Zoom meetings, and it's really been fun. We plan our projects. As a matter of fact, one time, our group, masking, socially distanced and all that, we were able to go to a grocery store and buy a lot of stuff for the charities in our local churches. So we continue to figure out how to help, and it's been really good.
So what, with the organization like Samahan sa Barrio, what's your plan for Christmas? Do you have anything good thing for the community?
We don't have really anything, especially now that we're told to lock down. We already had our Christmas party on December 5 at least. And so right now, I think what we do is we just contribute. For example, in one of our churches here, we have the St. Vincent de Paul, where they they buy stuff and they give it to the houses for the old folks. And so we just contribute. That's all we can do at this time. I wish we could go out, buy some stuff. Of course, in our church also, we bring, we have a packet here of things that we are going to bring, like coats, sweaters, small heaters that we go to, we give to the church for distribution.
Yeah, during the past 2-3 months, we have a series of typhoons visiting the Philippines. Did you get involved with that?
I think our organization did. I think Samahan did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would like to hear. Because these people in the Philippines are really suffering not only with the COVID pandemic, it's also suffering from the typhoon.
That's very true. Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of relatives there, and so we've been sending balikbayan boxes. We've been sending money by Zoom, sending money by what other Western Union. So we've been trying to help because it's very hard. It's very hard for everybody. We keep in contact. We communicate with them by Zoom, and that's when they tell us what they need, and we try to accommodate.
You were retired from Ambassador. Do you visit the company once in a while and say hi to your old friends?
Oh, of course. Yes, yes. I still have a lot of friends there, a lot of staff that are still there. And so they update me with what's going on. And of course, I also go to the website because that's where you find out what's going on.
So again, our time is up, Edith, and
Okay.
I wish everybody Merry Christmas, not only in your family but everybody in the world. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I suppose that also includes peso. Yeah, peso is another love of ours. Yeah.
We are, but we miss the peso dinner dance.
That's true. And that usually comes a week after the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
There's
So
fame. So maybe
so I hope you and Vero are doing very, very well.
Oh yes, we
Yeah.
are. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
We
And-
love you. We love you. Know that. Yeah.
And
And
I
then
hope-
thank you for keeping us informed by sending us a copy of Via Times every month.
I just
We
mailed
look
it today.
forward to that.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Maraming pong salamat, and I hope to see you again next week. Merry Christmas, everybody.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
This is Janet Jordy at Global Inspiration. Our guest this afternoon is a friend of mine, and she is a successful realtor, a small business entrepreneur, and a mother of a son, an only child, and also she volunteers to nonprofit organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Rose Padayhag Paul. Rose, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me here, Ate Janet.
Thank you. So, from where are you in the Philippines?
Actually, I grew up in Iligan City in Mindanao. So then I moved in Cebu when I was 17.
Okay.
That's where I come from.
So you are a busy realtor, you own a small business, you have a son, you have a husband. Do you do volunteer work?
I do. I
Okay.
love to give back. And
Okay.
that's one thing that I always told my husband, that's my heart is. I love to help others. I love to help the community. And being the realtor also, that's helped me and opened more doors for volunteers. So I'm thankful for that. So I volunteer with FAWIS and I also serve as a board member. So
That's
yeah.
good. That's good to know. So you are a realtor. Are you just selling for, is your market just the Filipinos or they're all over all races?
No, actually, I serve anyone that needs my help. Although I cater like 95% with our Filipino community through referrals, but I also serve other lenders or other family members that trust me and my service. So I'm thankful for the word of mouth.
Okay, thank you very much. So, can you share 2 inspirational thoughts that you can give to our viewers?
2 inspirational thoughts. Never give up on your dreams. It's not about where you come from, it's about where you're heading to. Always, always trust yourself and the person above because you know what? It's you between you and the person who give you the gifts and talents. Other one also, don't let yourself destroy your inner peace with the opinion of others. Like
Correct.
people around always have their opinions.
Mhm.
Don't let your inner peace destroyed by the opinion of others. I'm thankful for that because when somebody showed that to me, I was 17 and they're throwing judgment of me left and right.
Yeah.
That's the principle that I have with my grandma.
Yeah. So when I was younger, just to share with the public, when I was younger, when people will say negative things about me, about my work, you get affected, you get depressed right away. But now, even though people will tell me negative things, I am so confident of who I am, and I don't have to prove myself.
You know what? It's a good one. It's a good validation that they're noticing you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Rose Padayhag Paul, and her life is very inspirational because she shared with us how to be patient and be positive in life. We know that we are bombarded by negative people, but stand firm and go on with your life. Go with your ambition. This is again Janet Jordy. Thank you very much, Rose Paul Padayhag, for the interview this afternoon. You want to say something?
Thank you so much for having me here. It's an honor,
Okay.
to have me and Ate Janet, and hope, viewers will get at least value for my story.
This is Janet Jordy at Global Inspiration, where you need to be seen, need to be heard, and be an inspiration to the world.
We would like to welcome all of you to Baladna Jewelry. We have a very big selection of 21 karat gold jewelry imported from the Middle East, from Dubai, Saudi, and Bahrain. And we have a very big selection of diamond. We offer free financing for 6 months, and we have a layaway system which you can leave your stuff for 3 months. We repair gold and we buy old gold. Welcome to Baladna Jewelry.
Salamat po.
Good afternoon. This is Bridget Carino Quetter bringing you this week's local news from our community. The Creative Communication Award is pleased to announce the winners in its 2020 edition, representing the very best campaigns, creative solutions, and ideas across 18 different categories in communication design. Several hundreds of remarkable works were submitted in the second edition of the C2A by communication designers, agencies, graphic designers, freelancers, and digital media designers from around the world, all competing to be awarded by the jury of this prestigious competition. The jurors praised this year's winners for their creative excellence and world-class talent, and for their important contribution to the crucial role creative design plays in the world today. Pfizer is close to striking a deal with the U.S. government to supply at least tens of millions of additional doses of the COVID-19 vaccine candidate next year in exchange for a government directive giving it better access to manufacturing supplies, the New York Times reported on Tuesday. Pfizer and partner BioNTech SC, and as well as rival Moderna Inc., recently won the U.S. emergency use authorization for the respective vaccine candidates. Cook County respects the rights of its employees under their collective bargaining agreements, but is deeply disappointed that the union would ask some of its members to strike during a global pandemic. Despite our historic fiscal challenges, Cook County has used CARES funds to provide pandemic pay to employees, including members of SEIU Local 73, in congregate settings as well as those in hospital settings, who are directly responsible for controlling, mitigating, or preventing the impact of COVID-19. Other unions during this time have also negotiated hazard pay agreements with the county, and the employees have received that hazard pay. Illinois Secretary of State Jesse White is alerting the automobile industry, along with private party vehicle sellers, of a new federal odometer disclosure rule that increases the amount of time odometer readings must be declared at the time of a vehicle sale. The new federal rule takes effect January 1st, 2021. The new federal rule, which was issued by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, is intended to help combat odometer fraud as the nation's fleet of vehicles ages. The average age of a vehicle in the United States is now almost 12 years, up from 7.6 years when the odometer rules were changed in 1988. Under this new federal rule, vehicles made in 2011 and newer will be subject to odometer disclosure for 20 years rather than the current 10 years. Under the old rule, a 2011 vehicle would have become exempt from disclosure in 2021. Beginning January 1st, the odometer reading must be disclosed at the sale of a 2011 vehicle until 2031. For example, 2012 vehicles will become exempt in 2032 and so on. The Adler Planetarium and Empirical Brewery are pleased to announce the release of Space for Everyone, a kettle sour beer that is now available in both the Ravenswood Brewery location and at select stores throughout Chicagoland, just in time for the holidays. As part of an ongoing partnership, 25% of proceeds from the sale of the beer will support Adler digital programming, including the Adler's new space science variety show, Wow Signal. The partnership with Empirical helps the Adler advance our mission and connects with our community, says Rio Mizuno, the museum's vice president of marketing. There's space for everyone in our fun, inclusive digital space science programs, and now our audiences can find space for everyone at home in the fridge too. Attorney General Kwame Raoul joined a coalition of 16 attorneys general in opposing a proposed rule that would virtually eliminate work authorization for nearly all immigrants who are released under orders of supervision. In a comment letter submitted to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, DHS, Raoul and the coalition argue that the proposed rule lacks reasoned justification and would harm immigrant communities, small businesses, and states' economies. Moreover, the proposed rule would violate federal law, increase the cost of publicly funded social services, and further burden individuals and businesses that are already suffering from the economic fallout of the COVID-19 pandemic. That's all for today. Maligayang Pasko sa inyong lahat. Merry Christmas to all.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
See you all next year.
Hey, that's only 10 days. Okay lang yan. Okay lang yan. Okay lang yan.
ever since the night we've been together, love at first sight. I love forever, eternal life, for the strangers in the night.
Papi, wala tayong lipstick. Makeup, please.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, ready guys? Introducing our new Energy Star certified washer and dryer. Thanks to rebates from ComEd.
Yay! We love rebates! Ay, Daniel, we are famous.
Get used to it. When you use less water and electricity, people notice.
I can get used to that.
So can I.
Take it easy.
Get rebates from ComEd on select Energy Star certified appliances and find even more savings with the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program. ComEd, powering lives.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. This is Melody Dizon, your Health Matters host. And today I do have a guest. She's very special to me because she just made me absolutely beautiful and glowy, I think, ready for the holiday. So I'm going to introduce you to Mirka, correct?
Yes.
Mirka is, can you tell more about what you do so I don't want to take away the
Sure.
limelight? Yeah, that's
Sure.
good.
Well, I'm glad, Melody, to be here today. Thank you so much. My name is Mirka Figueroa, and I'm the medical esthetician. And I specialize in skincare. So I try to make everybody beautiful and help them with all kind of different skin type problems and maintenance of anti-aging.
That's right, and she has given me a lot of tips, a lot of things to do, how to take care of my skin and all that. So what do you think you can tell our televiewers how to protect, how to keep our skin young and beautiful and youthful, especially during the hard winter?
Sure. So during winter time, of course, skin always becomes very dry. So we want to always make sure to exfoliate the skin and clean the skin and moisturize correctly. And never forget the sunblock, because even though winter is there, sunblock is very important because we want to protect the skin from melanoma, pigmentation, and of course, definitely we want to make sure we don't get skin cancer. So everyone, if you only could have one product, you want to have a sunblock protection. And the sooner you start using medical products, skincare, you will prevent with anti-aging. So I would recommend not only for women, but also for men, to take care of your skin. It's the same like you have a house and you have to clean your house, right? Regularly. Majority of us, we clean the house once a week generally. Skin is once a month. You want to exfoliate, you want to peel your skin, you want to do everything to stay youthful.
Oh, that's wonderful. If there's a product that you would maybe, I know we're not endorsing, but you said as SPF, how much SPF should somebody wear for the face? You hear so many conflicting things. So can you clarify?
Sure. So we have many different SPF in the market, and of course, many people goes to department store and they see the numbers. And they see SPF 80, SPF 70 or 100. Well, it doesn't stand much for it because it's all different formulation. We want to actually make sure that we have zinc in it and medical grade. So definitely 45, from 45 to 50 is the best. And of course, medical.
Wonderful. Oh my God. I'm trying to put all of those in my brain. Well, Mirka, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This has been an awesome time with you. It's really nice for making me feel, again, you know, how I look. I don't know if you guys agree, but I think I say it because that's how I feel. So thank you again. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, folks. Bye.
Again, we come to the portion of the show that everybody was waiting for. This time, we would like to greet the father and son, Donald Bay and Casey Bay of Venice, California. Happy birthday, Donald and Casey! And locally, we are celebrating the birthday of our Woman of the Year, Brenda Stevens, Chicago Hall of Fame 2019. And also the wife of our Ateneans, Fred Ross. We are celebrating the birthday of Millette Ross, owner of the Millette Cakes. And again, going back to California, we are celebrating the birthday of Ramon Lacanico, the local friends of Veronica Layton. And locally again, we have Judy Santiago, popular Chicago entrepreneur, Nilo Flores, a longtime friend of ours, and Lida Amadora. Again, congratulations to everybody and happy birthday and Happy New Year. Congratulations on their wedding anniversary, Mr. and Mrs. Ren Escalera and Mr. and Mrs. Tim Jordy of Wisconsin. Again, congratulations on your wedding anniversary. Wishing everybody Happy New Year. Babu.